welcome back to another video. Today I have 3 new plant-based dinner recipes for you, but these are inspired by the chilly weather. All actually cook up in one pot. I didn't even realize it until I was editing this video, but they're all one pot, super simple, hearty, yummy recipes. I can't wait to share with you. Let's go check out these dinner recipes. Here are all the ingredients you'll need for our healing acorn squash soup. So you see the cut up acorn squash, some spices, fresh herbs, coconut milk, broth, and garlic, and this frozen mirepoix blend. So it's a blend of celery, carrots, and onion. It's already chopped up, ready to go to make your soup. Add some salt and pepper to get that going in a nice medium-high heat pan or a pot. Add your minced garlic. I'm using stuff from a jar, which makes it super easy, plus your fresh thyme. I used about 2 teaspoons. Then you're adding your turmeric, about a teaspoon. This is what makes that soup nice and healing, very anti-inflammatory, and just nice and warming. Add some black pepper and half a teaspoon of dried sage, again, just nice warming spices. Then add in your acorn squash, a pinch more salt, and then just give it a big stir to make sure all the vegetables are coated in the spices. You'll need 3.5 cups of broth. I really like using this vegetable base. It just lasts longer in the fridge and you get more for your money. So you're gonna add some of your vegetable base, and then I just added 3.5 cups of water to make the broth. Just give it a stir, and then you're gonna let that cook. Once your acorn squash is nice and tender, you're going to puree the soup. And I used an immersion blender, but realized I wanted my oven mitt on because it was hot and I didn't want it to splash up on my hand. So just make sure you blend all the pieces of acorn squash together, and then I gave it a little taste just to make sure the seasonings were on point, and they were. I added about half a can of full-fat coconut milk to the soup and stirred that in just to add some nice healthy fats, make it a little bit more filling. I love the coconut flavor with turmeric. I garnished it with a bit more coconut milk, some herbs, and some pepper and red pepper. You can serve this with a sandwich or just some bread or some plant-based protein to make it a full meal. For our creamy mushroom noodle soup, here are the ingredients that you'll need. So some mushrooms, some frozen peas, the other half of that can of coconut milk, your broth, noodles, garlic, miso, and onion. Start by adding half of your onion just diced to a pot over medium heat. You can add some oil or some water, and then just season it with some salt and pepper to get those onions sweating. Stir it up and let them go till they're translucent. Then add your chopped mushrooms, give them a stir. And then we're going to add our garlic, so about a teaspoon or so of garlic, and then a full teaspoon of miso. Now miso is salty, so you want to be careful about how much salt you add because we're going to both use miso and a broth, so just go easy on adding salt until you taste it. Then 2 cups of your mushroom broth and 3 cups of water. Cover that and just bring it to a boil. Then you're ready to add about 8 ounces of your favorite pasta. I'm using a chickpea pasta by the brand Banza, and it's those really fun shell pastas. I gave the soup a taste once the pasta was nice and al dente, just to make sure it wasn't too salty, not salty enough. And then I added about a cup or so of frozen peas just because I wanted a nice green color. Then I added a bit more coconut milk from that can that I used the day before, just to again make the soup nice and creamy and add those healthy fats. Just stir that around in there so the coconut milk gets nice and melted. Then I wanted to add some fresh herbs, so I added about 1/4 of a cup of fresh parsley. I topped it with some nutritional yeast and more parsley, and we ate it up. This spaghetti squash stir fry is a great one for meal prep. So you're gonna start by prepping your spaghetti squash. I love to cut my spaghetti squash in rounds like this with a serrated knife. I also have been known to stick the spaghetti squash in the microwave to soften it up so I can cut it, but it makes it just so easy to cut the seeds out of it, I think, and to roast it up a little bit quicker. Doesn't need as long in the oven. I added a little bit of oil, salt, and pepper just to get it nice and roasted. Then I went to work on making my sauce. I made it all in this measuring cup, so you're gonna need 1/3 cup of oil. I used extra virgin olive oil, some garlic, a little bit of sriracha, 1/2 teaspoon of ground ginger, 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, and 1 tablespoon of gluten-free tamari or soy sauce or coconut aminos, 2 generous tablespoons of unsweetened peanut butter, and the juice from 1/2 a lime. And I just blended that up with my immersion blender and it got nice and creamy. Oh, I love peanut sauce. You guys know I love my frozen veg, so I went in to a hot skillet with this stir-fry blend of veggies, so broccoli, carrots, peppers, some onion, green beans in there. And then once those were nice and tender, I did add some vegan chicken by Beyond Meat, but you could add edamame for extra protein, tofu, tempeh, whatever protein you like. And then I went ahead and shredded my spaghetti squash into a bowl. Look how easy it is to shred. I love this way of preparing spaghetti squash. It just comes right off of the skin. So once that is in a bowl, then you can add about like 1/3 cup of your sauce or so, just enough so that all the noodles are coated in that yummy peanut sauce. Distribute your noodles to your bowls, and then you're just gonna top with your veggies and your plant-based protein. Then you're gonna drizzle on even more of that amazing sauce. Top with some salted peanuts or salted chopped cashews or sesame seeds, and enjoy. Really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know if you liked it by commenting down below, giving this video a thumbs up, and make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you don't miss another video because I post once a week. Also, thank you for your video requests on my last video. I put them all down and those are coming soon. If you like this video with recipe ideas, you may also really like my weekly newsletter that I send out. So if you want to be on that list to get a wellness newsletter just once a week with super short, easy tips, I always send out my favorite recipe that week. So make sure you add yourself to the list down below in the comments, and then you'll start getting those emails totally free and you can opt out at any time. All right, guys, I will see you next week for another one. Bye.